Hello, welcome. Today's topic is safety. Immersion isn't a spectacle, it's a way to teach presence. When we lead with comfort first, attention, curiosity, and empathy follow. Our stance is practical and human. Short and steady sessions with clear purpose, use, and close. Additionally, easy opt out and gentle endings that students can trust. This is where the field is moving. Safety as design, consent as a teachable skill, and inclusion by default. If we get the feelings right, the learning grows. Let's say VR AR to serve dignity and community. So it stays calm, joyful, and worth our time. Safety here isn't extra work, it's how we teach. By the end, you will have a small set of routines that make immersive lessons feel natural, friendly, and human centered. Here's our path, a 1 minute map of risks, and why immersion can amplify them. Our shared school home stance and the mental health lens. Then, a calm classroom taxonomy with early signals, simple design patterns that lower load, a quick from cave to code perspective, then two teacher levers affective risk budgeting and harassment resilience social VR, a safe by design recap, and finally an optimistic close. Before we dive into activities, here is the big picture. These are the six most common classroom risks with VR AR and the calm, simple moves that keep each one under control. The first is physical space. Headsets narrow awareness, so students might bump into desks or cables. We keep the floor clear, set the boundary guardian, and when space is tight, run the lesson seated or in stationary mode. That way, movement in the real room stays small and predictable, while curiosity in the virtual world stays big. Secondly, is the comfort physiology. Some learners feel motion sick or strain their eyes when visuals move too fast. So we start with short missions, around 10 minutes. Regular check ins keep bodies comfortable so brains can focus. About emotional intensity now, immersive scenes can feel too real if they are loud, dark, or crowded. We choose age gentle content, keep sound and pacing calm, and always finish with a soft re entry, a quiet screen, and one reflective question. That small landing helps feeling settle and turns excitement into learning. About social harms in social VR, because presence feels embodied, unkind behavior can hit harder. We make protection easy and instant. We will analyze how later on. We also set simple norms before entering shared spaces so students know what respectful presence looks like. About privacy and data, some apps record voice or movement patterns by default. In school, we collect less. We use local offline modes when is possible. We switch off analytics and follow school parent policies. Equity and access is also crucial because not everyone can stand, move freely, or use complex controllers. And observers, in addition, could feel left out. We support seated and accessible modes, We rotate devices fairly, and we give observers real roles. Inclusion by design means more learners say yes and stay engaged. This is our starter map, which is practical and doable. Let's connect school to home. With the map in mind, we turn to parents and what they face daily and how our routines could support them. One quick check. Do you know any family not negotiating about 5 more minutes? Before we unpack immersive technologies and their unique risks, we step back to the everyday device use children and families already navigate. This is our shared ground with parents. We keep one common language about the purpose, the use, and close. So cues match at school and at home. Screens happen at set times, not in constant little bites. Each session begins calm and ends with a gentle landing. Rules are visible and consistent. No screens at meals, before sleep, or during focused study. Devices are staying in shared spaces. When things get sticky, we co-regulate. Name the difficulty, offer two choices, and debrief later. Mini tools make this run from tomorrow. A weekly 5-minute teacher family sync, a shared stop word like landing now. That's signals an easy ending. Same cues, same routines, and same signals so children can carry self management across settings. Because the real issue is not only how long, but how use affects mood, attention, and safety, especially through immersion, we need to prioritize mental health lens. These effects are often quiet, not cables and bumps, but brief spikes of anxiety, a momentary, like this feels unreal, or simple overload. We don't diagnose, we design. Spot early signals, pale or very quiet swallow breathing, stiff posture, fast head turns, and respond in real time. Small design fixes do the work. Short, calm, opt out friendly sessions. A clear landing at the end. Slower motion, softer audio, and a steady horizon. These rhythms lower load quickly. As comfort rises, participation widens. More pupils says yes and stay engaged. With a mental health lens, we sort classroom risks into 5 buckets and match it to simple moves. Firstly, anxiety and panic. We soften the motion, we slow turns and keep sessions short. Brief unreality moments that some users report. They are feeling like a depersonalization or derealization after VR. So we avoid rapid cuts and went with a gentle re-entry. These effects are typically short-lived. Trauma or overload. Realism and intense sound can overwhelm. We offer quieter modes, lower volume, and a clear opt-out. About embodied social harassment in social VR can feel very physical. Put safety controls up front and teach quick exits. About compulsive use patterns, reward dance worlds, tag attention. We keep goals tight and time bounded. Current evidence suggests VR addiction rates are comparable to other media overall, though stronger feelings of embodiment can predict higher risk, so pacing and endings matter. Across all five, short sessions, visible exits, and a shared landing now queue keep endings easy and mood steady. In immersion, load can spike fast, catching it early keeps comfort high and learning inclusive. Start with a 1 minute pre check. Any motion, sensitivity, migraine today, or higher anxiety level. After during the scene, scan quietly for strain pale or very quiet swallow breathing, stiff posture, or a freeze moment. If you notice load rising, invite a pause or shift to a calmer mode. After, after the guiding, a soft re-entry. Fade to a quiet screen, ask one grounding question, what felt most real, and normalize that opt out, say that it's not a failure. These moves protect attention and dignity and keep the learning on track. These are core teacher ready patterns distilled from everything so far. We design for comfort first. Calm by default. In small rooms, start seated or stationary, set one clear goal, keep the first mission short. Secondly, soft locomotion. Prefer teleport and snap turn, keep a steady horizon, avoid moving the camera for the student. Identity, identity ladders give calm, standard, adventure, and let pupils switch anytime. Soft landing. Fade to a quiet screen and ask one reflective prompt. These small choices lower discomfort and support orientation and retention, while matching accessibility principles, user control, and customization. We have just mapped calm starts and opt out in VR terms, but teachers already do this in rooms and assemblies. We are simply porting old human design into software, something like from cave to code. Building on our safety patterns, let's zoom out to the ideas behind them. Plato's cave reminds us that learners can take shadows for truth. Good teaching is a guided exit. In VR, that means naming what was simulated and easing back to the room. Baudrillard warns that some media feel more real than real. Our response is to name the simulation, pause and breathe, and reconnect with the real class around us. We are not alarmists, we are explicit about reality, presence, and return. In short, our work so far says safety is design. Clear entry, shared language, soft endings, and real time signals. Now we zoom into two teacher ready levers that matter today for different reasons. Effective risk budgeting, because immersion can spike mental load quickly, yet pacing and endings lower that load fast. Harassment resilient social VR, because embodied interaction raises social safety stakes and needs visible on tap controls. This slide covers the first. Let's make effective risk budgeting something we can actually run. We keep a tiny early signal map in mind. pale or very quiet, shallow breathing, stiff posture, fast head returns, or brief freeze. One signal prompts a quick check in, since two in a row triggers a calm landing now pose. Auto brakes are soft and predictable. Slow the motion, lower the audio, switch to seated, or fade briefly to a quiet screen. Recovery is short and dignified. Around 30 seconds of still screen. One grounding question. What felt most real? Then either re enter at calm or stay paused. This is a student's choice. We note only what helped and keep it so we can tune pacing for the next time. The pattern is simple and human. Spot early, break gently, re enter by choice. With lot budgeted this way, we are ready to strengthen the social side next, making protection instant and visible in shared rooms. In shared virtual rooms, students appear as avatars, talk with spatial audio, see each other's movement, and work on the same objects. It feels more in the body than a video call, for sure. So, safety tools must be easy and visible. Our aim in social VR that feels calm, safe, and inclusive. One tap protection, a visible safety menu up front, and real roles for students without the headsets. The flow stays the same. Quick tool reminder, quiet teacher scanning, instant protection if needed, soft close with landing now, and one grounding question. If something happens, we do a short repair. What happened? What helped? And what we will keep without any blame. With this routine, students stay present and the lesson moves forward. Safety with no drama. We have tried two practical levers, and the through line is simple. Safe by design. Habits we keep every time, whatever the platform. When we plan for mind and body in parallel, we need to double check our design. We teach consent in small ways. Real choices by the level picker, easy exits by landing now, visible tools. So, self regulation can actually be learned, not just requested. We keep the experience inclusive. Comfort first, steady horizon, no cuts, and meaningful roles for students on and off headsets. Done this way, immersion gives what we want: curiosity, presence, and empathy without extra friction. These routines don't sit beside teaching, they are how we teach. Tools don't set our culture, people do so. When classrooms model comfort first design, real choice, and gentle endings, students learn skills they can carry anywhere. Noticing feelings, choosing their own pace, taking the breaks needed, and caring for the others. Done this way, VR AR stays joyful and human centered, and the bigger lesson travels beyond headsets. Technology should serve attention, dignity, and community, not the other way around. This is the end for today. Thank you so much.